Okay, so here we are. This is end of day 2 and 7 hours of training out in the sun, unrelenting sun, sunburn. I don't know if it shows on here. Candidate Smuckler is even more burned than I am. So what is this going to be? Reflections on what Commando knife phase kilo course is about, and maybe some impressions of going through already pre-kilo and how this is compares to pre-kilo. So yeah, that's a good one, Sam. So
Yeah.
how does this compare to pre-kilo course?
It's a lot harder. It's a lot more stuff to process. And also the level of intensity is much greater, I would say, because we do have, I guess, the killer mindset in us where our life is on the line and one mistake could cost us at all times. Not that it wasn't like that before, but it was much more seriously imprinted upon us. And also, it's myself and one other candidate who's doing the training. So there's not a lot of opportunities for us to get breaks. We're just being pushed constantly. So,
That's the thing. Since their pre-kilos were a lot more. He went through class like 12, I think. 12 guys were in the pre-kilo. That did that, and then here at the phase kilo, there are 2 candidates going through. So it's better and it's worse. It's better because it's more training, and it's worse because it's more training. They don't get any breaks because there aren't other people messing up. It's just 2 guys, and when they mess up, then it's go over and over it again. There's lots of interesting things that we do in this on day 2. Even the first day, they thought there was an amazing amount of material, but today, it's like the material is a lot more, and they got another day to go, and we're switching locations again too tomorrow, so that'll be a more remote location because as we always do, we're training for the reality and terrain. It's got to be able to handle different terrain, so they're switching locations. Some of the fun stuff that they did, among other things, was reaction drills to each other. They are covering unarmed and armed. This is a big deal. One of the big differences is that you're doing a lot more unarmed, aren't you? I mean, you're dealing with handling it a lot more unarmed, because pre-kilo is basically armed to almost 98% of it. But this is, you got to be able to handle knife attacks unarmed, and so they're doing that, and it's rough. It's very rough. There's some fun different drills employed because they're also learning how to defeat other knife systems. And one of the knife systems that we covered today that they can defeat is the old military knife fighting system, and Russians also use this fighting system that's acting as if they're kickboxing in a way. They just, like, since they can see you, just assume that so it's left leg forward, left arm in front, and then they're going to have the knife somewhere in the back. The back, the back, but they're keeping it back. They think that arm is going to somehow act as a shield or a buffer or protection, and you won't see it. So they learned how to defeat that. And it's kind of fun, huh?
It is pretty fun. It's fun to pick apart other systems, honestly, and say, well, here's the fault here. And
because we're looking for faults, and then one of the drills that we used for the Trump drill, the Trump drill involving this, because it's orange, and thus the Trump drill. So we won't say any more about that, other than it's effective, right?
Yes, it is effective.
It's very effective, and there's a lot of things going on with the training today. They're learning distance very clearly with another knife fighter, and they're learning perception, and they're learning how to be devious and unpredictable, which is in a huge amount of things. And they're also, once again, like Sam said, you got to know how to take apart other systems, and that requires the faults of other systems. And there's certain things that many systems or methods or knife guys will do that's wrong, and they're learning how to not just exploit that, but end it because they do that. So tomorrow, there's more of that. There's a lot more of that. There's a lot more other things going on. There's a lot going on. And it also shows, when you say just overall, the stupidity of trying to use slashing knife systems. You know, we're not going to really go much detail, but like just a generic term, the Filipino salat guys, when they're trying to do their squared up, facing each other, too close, and slashing, and that is pretty easy to handle, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of faults there.
Yeah, lots of faults. And if you don't think so, come on down, and we'll show you. But it's not for you to come down and practice 50 times and try to go back and do it. Because remember, in Mortal Kombat and war, you don't lose and learn. You lose, you're dead. There's no learning. So that's one of the things you got to be prepared for the other systems, and that's what we do. We prepare for other systems. We dismantle them, among other things, and you become a very effective. That's what the part of the Commando knife system, and also, like I've said before, is based on the Commando knife, which is a 5 to 8 inch blade with some other characteristics that we won't cover right now. But that's what we had to say. Any other comments, Sam, about day 2?
I mean, I guess just about, it's kind of a corny, overused term, but mental strength I really felt tested today, because it was, well, there was a lot of stuff that when we covered, and it was pretty mentally exhausting after about hour 4 or 5. And
Yeah.
you know, that's
mental fatigue.
Mental fatigue, yeah. And well, it is one of those things that is like a character test or a will drill or whatever you want to call it too, because it doesn't matter how tired you are or at what percentage you're at. You could be at 100% or 1% or whatever, and you could still be attacked. And that's outside of your comfort zone. Your opinion of it doesn't matter, and your mental state doesn't matter. It could just happen at any time. And so that was kind of a nice gut check in a way, because, you know, if you can do it at 1%, then obviously can do it at higher percentages.
Right.
Too.
This is not an athletic endeavor where you try to peak up and you be at your best thing, because you can be attacked at any time. And obviously, mostly, people are going to try to attack you at a weak point, or what they think is a weak point. So you've got to be able to perform in the middle of the night, when you're carrying weight, when you're tired, when you're sick, when you're already injured, on ice, snow, mud, rain, maybe you drank something, you know, like, so you're supposed to be just dead if you drank something. No, you got to have something to be able to do that. And once again, we'll close with this, that we're beating you not with techniques, we're beating you with geometrical tactical superiority. And we'll leave you with that. Geometrical tactical superiority. You can try to figure that out. And if you won't be able to, but so that's just a sort of a smackering, which is a mixture of a couple words, of what goes on day 2. And if you're interested, then check out our pages, fluentfighting.com, combat-judo.com. Look on the Facebook groups and pages of mine, and you can see that you can be ready to do the next course. All right. Anyway, so we'll talk to you tomorrow after it's all said and done, day 3. We'll see if candidate Smuckler made it or not. We don't know, because there's emotional fatigue, there's mental fatigue, there's physical fatigue, and it all adds up, because this is, you know, day 3 is going to be in a different location, and it's unrelenting sun here, by the way, and it's hot. So it's in the 90s, and so that adds up too. You got to take all those things into the equation. All right, so we will talk to you guys later, and like, subscribe, and share this video for people who want to know how to defend themselves if they haven't given up. So don't give up on yourself, people.